Hi, and welcome to Seaside Volleyball Club. My name is Russ Bird. I'm the director of Seaside Volleyball Club. I'm also the head coach of our 14 black team. And this is usually an age where a lot of kids are first learning the rotation. So I'm putting together this presentation here so that not only do you have the court instruction, but you also have this YouTube instruction that you can actually have on an iPad, or the kids can have it on their iPhones and all that kind of stuff. So we're Seaside Volleyball Club. We're located in San Diego, California, and we are affiliated with San Diego Volleyball Club. That's our girls' side. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to start in rotation 1, and I think I'm going to break this down into 3 separate videos. And we've got rotation 1, rotation 2, and rotation 3. And then everything just gets switched with the other setter. So we kind of have 2 positions for each, 2 guys for each position on the court. Okay. My diagrams have the front row players underlined and the back row players not underlined. And if the middles are in the back row, I've got the libero / middle there. And obviously the libero can go in for anybody, but the standard is for the libero to go in for a middle. Again, I've had some teams where my middle is my best passer, so I'm not going to have that happen. So, and I'm going in general here with defenses and positions, and we're going to look at covering just a regular 4 set. But there's a lot more that can go to this, okay? So as we go through this, I'm going to start in serve receive, and then they're going to the positions are going to rotate to defense here. So the first thing is we got the setter back here. This is our back row setter. He's kind of hunched up on behind here. My setter is usually, my 2 setters are usually my best players, and so I always have this other setter come back and pass. And just to make this path for this setter a little bit easier. They're, a lot of times they're not super quick at this age, and so it just makes that a little bit easier. The standard for higher level stuff is obviously to have the outside hitter, the libero, and the outside hitter always pass. And a lot of times you crunch up the setter here, or the opposite right here is usually not your best passer, so you can have him just get his approach from there. Okay? So as the ball is being served, what happens now is the setter moves in, and let's just say this guy passes it here. Then the other setter can jump out to his position there for approaches. And so we have our 3 hitters get into their approaching positions. As the ball's coming to the setter, the middle comes in for a quick, okay? And then we're going to have the setter set a 4 set outside there. And then as the other setter comes in to hit, everyone goes to a cover position. And this is obviously varied by position. My setter, I never get my setters to be able to move to the set, but this would be kind of an ideal thing with an inner ring and an outer ring. So we'll have 3 people on the inner and 2 on the outer. If I can get my 14-year-olds just to go and take a step towards the set, I'm very excited. Okay? So once the ball goes back over the net, let's say it's hit and they dig it up, and then these guys all move to their defensive positions. And for us, we have the left side blocker. In this position, we don't have them switch because it might happen so quickly that they can't get back to their spots, and they're caught in the transition on a quick set to the outside. So in this rotation, I keep my setter or my opposite on the left. The middle goes right to the spot, and my outside hitter is over here. For our age group too, we don't run a lot of 3s, and so I just have this guy really focusing on getting the outside, getting a nice solid block on the other outside hitter. And trying not to drift past him as much as possible. This guy does help with the 1, and then I like to have a wide base perimeter, keeping everything in front of the kids. I hate for them to have to reach back and make a decision if it's in or out. Anything above their waist that's hard driven is going to be out for sure. So that's our base defense. Okay. So then if we're serving, again, I probably should have switched these because they got the same guy serving here, but the server now is the setter. And we're going to have our outside hitters always play middle back, and that's because we do start to develop a nice back row attack, a nice bick, kind of a bick pipe mix type thing. Not quite a real bick, but kind of a pipe bick, a low pipe. There we go. And then we keep our middles here, and now the outside hitter is going to switch with the setter, so we get that guy on the right-hand side. So as soon as the ball's served, boom, these guys all move to their defensive position. And then let's just say, for example, there's a free ball. They're not actually hitting the ball at us. And then I have them moving into their free ball position here. And then and so the setter comes in. He can either cut, depending on what happens here, he can either cut inside or outside this guy. He has to kind of see what's happening there. The key here is to have that outside hitter, that middle back, shift over to cover that right side. That's where a lot of people try to attack a free ball and take you out of your system. And then these guys get back first to play a short ball, and then they're going to jump out to their outside approaches, and the middle's ready to go from the middle there. Okay, so that's rotation 1, and that's what we're looking at there. And so the next video is going to show you rotation 2.